Hi, I'm Olivia and I'm the Witch of Wonderlust. So I decided on a new series. The basis of this series was because I want to develop my skills in cooking. I like baking and I think I'm okay at baking. I'm not very good at cooking. Alex, my boyfriend, is the cook. I enjoy cooking, I'm just not good at it. So then I'm like, I'm not good at it. I don't like doing things I'm not good at, so I'm not gonna do it. Logic. But I gotta practice what I preach, and the only way to get better at something is to do. So that's what we're doing today. I already ate. So I'm actually going to be baking something just to kind of get my feet wet in this series. The idea for the series is that I'm going to kind of be following along on a recipe that I've never tried, or following on a recipe that I've never tried, making food or baking something while I talk about things that I think about. I came up with the best name for this segment. Can you guess? Can you guess what it is? It's called Food for Thought. Yeah. It's called Food for Thought. Get it? Okay, moving on. Today I am baking something, so I'm already cheating just a little bit, but they're my rules, so I can do whatever I want. I'm baking a lemon blueberry bread. The reason I'm doing that is because there's a Beltane celebration with my coven coming up in a couple days. So I just want to make something that I can bring to our celebration, and we're having like a little bit of a picnic. It seems generally very easy. We'll see. I've never made this particular recipe before. It sounds really good, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, so first things first, I gathered all of my ingredients and preheated the oven to 350. I'm using this bundt cake pan thing. You can absolutely use a actual bread pan. Do this before you forget, because I always forget and it's a nightmare. Okay. So the recipe that I'm doing, it's linked down below. I'm following it pretty much exactly how it goes. Yeah, if you want to try it, if you want all the measurements, I'm kind of eyeballing everything. I'm not going to be telling you really much about what I'm doing over here. Okay, so my topic today is Marie Kondo. Marie Kondo is like all the hype right now. She's adorable. If you don't know who Marie Kondo is, she's this adorable woman that goes around helping people tidy their homes. She has a Netflix series called Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. It's adorable. And I just wanted to talk about how witchy she is. And, you know, she doesn't come in, she doesn't seem witchy when you look at her or when she speaks or anything like that. But she's witchy. I know those of you who bake a lot are cringing right now, but I don't own a sifter, so it's gonna be eyeballing it. Sorry. Okay. So essentially this show, if you haven't seen it, Marie Kondo, she comes into these people's homes and who request her. Just, like the Kool-Aid man, I'm here to tidy your home. Okay. She comes into these people's homes that request her, and she helps them basically just order all of their things, all of their material things. She helps one by one set them out, and her method of going about this is basically asking them to keep all of the things that sparks joy for them. And it sounds so easy, but if you've ever watched the show, or if you've ever tried doing it yourself, it's really difficult because people hold on to material things, and that's just a human thing that we do. We connect emotions and we connect memories to them, so it's a lot more difficult to just be like, yeah, I like this, I don't like this, I like this. When she comes in, before she does anything, she goes and finds a space in their home, and she sits down and kind of just like gets to know the home. She sits down on the floor, places her hands down, closes her eyes, and she has like this moment with the home. And I think it's witchy. I'm just like, it's witchy because she's kind of, in my mind, she's kind of just like understanding the space and the home for what it is. Maybe she's like low-key asking the house spirits if it's okay that she does her work here. And that's how she starts off all of it. So then when she starts having you clean out everything, she asks you to set everything into a pile. So if you're starting with clothes, you have to grab all of the clothes in your house and set them all in one big pile so that you can really see truly how much you have. And then you go through each item one at a time and you hold it in your hands and you have to see if it sparks joy for you. If it doesn't, you say thank you and you put it in the pile. If it does, you keep it. And I think that's really interesting because she makes it a point to tell everybody, if you are no longer keeping this item, you have to thank it. And then you set it aside. Y'all, I'm telling you, that's witchy. Because, you know, even if it's not a living thing or whatever, it's still very much so you're thanking the idea of it. You're thanking the memory. You're thanking the spirit that holds on to whatever that is, or the energy that has helped you, whatever you want to call it. You're thanking it for serving its purpose in your life, and now it's finished. So then it kind of gives you, or whoever's doing the tidying, that extra little validation to let that item go, especially if it was something really important. And I feel like that's the hardest, is when it's something that was really important. I just really love the way she carries herself and her energy, and they comment about it a lot on the show as well, all the people that she helps out, that she's just so happy and sweet and accepting, and she never makes people feel bad about if they want to keep something or not. So, you know, if books are a really important part of somebody's life and they're keeping the majority of books just because all of those spark joy for them, you never see her judge them for that. And I think that's important too, because some people may just really love books, some people may really love fashion and keep a lot of their clothes because all of those things they do wear, and that it does spark joy for them. And it's such a good method because there's no point that any of it is saying you can only have 15 items or 15 pairs of socks, or I don't know. It's more of whatever sparks joy for you, those are the things that you keep, and whatever doesn't, you thank and you let go. I think it's a really sweet way of doing it, and I think that's a very good emotional and spiritual way to let go of things, especially things that are important. Does anybody else really like juicing lemons? Like, it's just like a you can like throw all of your frustrations into it. Maybe that's just me though. Guess I could have done this before I cut the lemon and juiced it, but a quick tidbit about anything kitchen witchery: stirring clockwise will bring things in, and stirring counterclockwise will send things away. You can do that with your tea, your coffee. I do that even when I'm sweeping and sweeping everything out of my house. I'll start going counterclockwise to send things away. But if you have seen the show, what do you think? Do you think that it's kind of a form of cleansing, yourself and your space? Because that's kind of how I see it. And I really like the fact that in the very beginning of all of her, of working with somebody and working in a home, she almost kind of asks the home, or lets the home know that she's there and what she's about to do. And afterwards, everybody always is so happy. They always talk about how much lighter they feel, and I think that's a really big thing that people are starting to realize nowadays, is that more things doesn't mean more in life, which is why minimalism seems to be taking such a huge take these days. I just like the way she goes about it, because then it's not asking you to get rid of everything and only living off the absolute essentials, but it's getting rid of the things that no longer serve you. So maybe at one point they did serve you and now they just don't. And it's time for that thing to go. It's the next chapter. I would love to know if you guys have tried the Marie Kondo anything, even if it's like the way that she folds things, or if you have gone through all of your things and decided if something brings you joy, and if not, if you thanked it and let it go. Or, I don't know, have you ever thought about doing that, or have you done it, and how did you feel afterwards? Okay, I have to show you this really quick though, hold on. My mom got me this. Are you guys doing anything for Beltane? I actually usually don't celebrate anything on the witch's year, not in a really big form. Sometimes I'll kind of re-spruce up my altar, or, okay, I have to show you this really quick though, hold on. My mom got me this rubber spatula. How cute is that? But I usually don't do much. I mean, obviously, Samhain, that one's an easy one to follow. But when it comes to, like, Beltane or Ostara, most of the time, I don't really do anything that's blatantly, like, celebrating it. So that's why it's kind of exciting to be able to be in a coven who sets those things up and is active about it, because then in that way I'm able to actually celebrate it and have fun with people that I care about. Ooh, this smells so good. I'm so excited for this. Alright, and that is it. Alright, so I'm setting the timer for an hour. It says an hour to 70 minutes. I feel like it's always better to kind of underestimate than overestimate, just because then you don't burn all of your hard work. And if you need to cook it more, you can always cook it more. You can never take back the heat. So that was my bread. I will show you how it turns out in about an hour, and then afterwards I will show you the final product. If you guys are doing anything for Beltane, whether it be with a coven, with friends, with family, or just if you're setting up your altar in any kind of way, comment down below and let me know what you guys do for Beltane, or what you guys just do for welcoming in spring and summer. Again, the link for the recipe is in the description. There is a subreddit that is for the community of the Wanderlust Coven. If you're not already part of the Wanderlust Coven on Reddit, I highly encourage you to go and sign up, or just kind of add yourself in that subreddit, because it's a really good community. People are asking questions. There's people of all ranges, of all sorts of practices, from just beginning to practicing for 15 years. And I just think it's a really good way to interact with other people with the common interests. Also, you can also post things on Instagram. I would love if you hashtagged it Wanderlust Coven, so that I can see if you baked this bread or what you're doing for Beltane. I'm low-key wanting to make a flower crown, so that is my food for thought. Just a little video. I think that'd be kind of a fun series, because then it kind of keeps me accountable for learning how to cook things. If I can cook this, then so can you. Yes, that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you actually care to see me hold myself accountable and cook different things and share those recipes with you. If not, totally cool. I want your honest opinion. If you do, let me know. And other than that, that's it. Best of luck, be kind to each other, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye. Ooh, it looks so good. Toothpick came out clean, so I think it's good. So I was on my way to the Beltane celebration, left the house, locked the doors, went to my car, and realized I didn't have my keys. I'm just sitting here trying really hard not to eat my bread. I actually already had a piece because I was hungry and I wanted to know what it tasted like. The weak-willed. Either way, I'll see you at the celebration.